I think you'll find the new lease satisfactory, Mrs. Muir. Now, if you will just sign it right there, please.
Claymore, it's difficult to read the lease with most of your hand over it.
Mrs. Muir, I always thought that our tenant-landlord relationship was based on faith and trust. But if you insist on reading between the fingers, go right ahead.
I'd like to read what's under the entire hand, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course. You'll find it's the same rent as last year.
What's under the thumb?
What thumb?
That thumb.
Oh, just some fly specks, Mrs. Muir.
3 lines of fly specks going clear across the page.
I see that the rent is still the same as last year. However, it is to be paid in 2 installments monthly.
I was just trying to make it easier on her, Captain.
Which added up amounts to $15 a month. More than last year.
Claymore.
You know, I was never very good at mathematics in school.
I'll change it immediately.
Yes, sir. May I have the pen, Mrs. Muir, please? See, I'm changing. Oh, there you are. Now, you can sign it at your convenience, Mrs. Muir.
Now, out of our sight, you conniving cipher.
Yes, sir. You know, I have a right to charge more rent with him living here. Nervous breakdowns don't come cheap.
Teach that rascal a lesson. He'd sell his soul for a profit. You know, I think the devil would... The devil? Yes, my dear.
Captain, what's that gleam in your eye? What have you got in your mind?
To teach Claymore a lesson, to make a new man of him for the new year. Perhaps we can scare him out of his conniving ways.
Oh, there's the tone. Thank you.
Operator.
Good evening, operator. I just dialed and got an incorrect number. Would you see that it's credited to my account, please? 555-8396. 96, that's right. Thank you and good evening, operator. $191, $192, $193, $194, $195, $196, $197, $198, $199, $2.
Smile your greedy little smile, Claymore. I'm going to show you what your dubious deeds can lead to. Dream, Claymore, dream. You're going to meet an old adversary of mine. We are all going to have an encounter with the devil. Encounter with the devil. Encounter with the devil.
Oh, that's a beautiful example of the Rosa Alec interior.
I didn't hear you drive up.
Well, I'm sorry to have startled you. That is a magnificent machine. The engine is as quiet as a tomb. I I'm George Turner, Mrs. Muir.
You know my name?
Oh, yes, your reputation has preceded you. We at the Brimstone Publishing House are very fond of your writing.
Oh, I'm very flattered. Is Brimstone a new publishing house?
Oh, no. We're an old, established firm. And I think I have a particularly interesting deal to offer you.
Oh. Well, won't you come in? I'm always open to a tempting deal.
Splendid. I'm hoping that we can entice you into joining our large, warm family.
Come in.
Well, what a charming house. Don't you find it a little bit drafty, though? Well, that's probably because I'm used to a warmer climate.
Oh, are you from one of the southern states?
Oh, no, deeper south than that. Much deeper than that. Another continent, you might say.
Oh, the land down under.
Yes, way down under.
Will you join us for lunch?
Oh, well, I might be tempted by your kind offer if first you'll let me tempt you with one of mine.
Sit down.
Mrs. Muir, I have a very interesting story by a young author, and I think that it could easily be changed into one of your rousing sea yarns.
I don't quite understand.
Oh, you'll get all of the credit, as well as put an advance check for $2,000.
You mean steal another author's work?
Yes. Is it a deal?
Mr. Turner, that's plagiarism.
Yes, it is. Yes. You're absolutely right. That's what that is. Well, I'll tell you, I have another idea. I have a story of my own that's never been told. Maybe we could work out a more suitable deal.
Maybe. Well, excuse me, I'll see you about lunch.
Oh, don't tell me you weren't on the stage. Why, the grace, the beauty, they're still there.
Well, I was connected with the theater at one time. The Palace.
Oh, New York, Broadway.
Hackensack, New Jersey. They couldn't find anyone else strong enough to pull up the curtain. But I did have ambitions when I was young.
Oh, youth. Elusive youth. What wouldn't we give if we could be young again? Well, do you know there are women who would sell their souls to be young again?
You're right about that.
For instance, what would you say if I were to tell you I could take 20 years off of your age?
I'd say that was pretty good taking.
Oh, I guarantee you I can do it.
Sounds tempting.
Is it a deal?
No, I'm afraid not. I really wouldn't change a thing. I couldn't face 20 more years of not getting wolf whistles.
It's getting closer, Claymore. Closer.
Delicious, Mrs. Muir, delicious.
Will you have a piece of cake?
Oh, yes, what kind?
Angel food.
No, thanks.
Oh, well, I'll get us some more coffee.
Oh, make mine nice and hot, would you? In fact, burn it to a crisp.
Burn it to a crisp.
Hi, is our mom around?
I believe she's in the kitchen.
Good, we're trying to sneak something in.
I like that word, sneak.
We've got to sneak it in behind her back.
You're children after my own heart. What is it, a warty toad or a wiggly snake you're going to put in her bed?
That'd be a terrible thing to do.
Well, not really.
It's a surprise present.
Oh. Present. Was it for her birthday?
Just because she's a great mom.
How about you? You interested in making a little deal? How do you feel about a 16-ounce New York cut delivered fresh to your door every day for the next 12 years? U.S. Prime, of course. Plus your weight in dog biscuits and 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream. Plus the most devastatingly beautiful wire-haired you've ever seen. Huh? dogs. Always been easier to make a deal with a cat.
Ready on, Claymore. Mr. Turner will soon be getting round to you. So, we meet again, Mr. Turner. My, you look 10 years younger without your horns and tail.
Oh, there you are, my friend. Well, I must return the compliment. You're looking very fit.
You're simply wasting your time around here, old boy. Simply wasting your time.
Oh, am I? Well, that's too bad indeed, because there is a swinging penthouse waiting for you. Has a view, has 11 fireplaces, and there are certain of your friends waiting there to see you.
My friends.
Oh, yes. Surely you remember a sensuous siren by the name of Consuela de Santiago. Yeah?
Oh, simply lovely. Just as I remember her when I last saw her in Port-au-Prince.
And that one is just for openers. How about this one?
Lady Piquant-Smile. Oh, what a magnificent woman.
This one isn't exactly chopped liver.
Oh, Natasha.
They're waiting for you with open arms. Is it a deal?
Oh, you're wasting your horns on me, old boy. However, there is someone whom you might interest. Isn't there, Claymore?
Give me the hotline. Oh, hi down there. This is Turner up here. Would you have Big D run a computer check on a Claymore Gregg? I think I got a live one. I hope so. It's been a terrible day.
Claymore Gregg, nephew of Captain Daniel Gregg.
How about that?
Started cheating at Mumbly Peg at the age of 6. At 8, he watered down the lemonade at the lemonade stand. At 12, he started flipping coins with a two-headed penny.
Oh, marvelous. I think he's just the man to welcome into our large, happy family.
No, I don't want to go with Mr. Turner. He works for the Big D. He's a meanie.
In your dream, you don't know that, Claymore. But you're just about to find it out.
I don't want to go with a Mr. Turner. No.
Even if there's a profit in...
I don't care. Profit? Well, there's no harm in listening to what the man has to say.
We at Brimstone Realty are looking for a bright young talent such as yourself to help us put a package together in this area.
In this area, there is a marvelous piece of property located on the corners of Main and Roscoe, Mr. Turner, that can be bought for $100,000 if you have that kind of money. Oh, look at those gorgeous presidents. Oh, say, can you see?
We at Brimstone would put up $75,000. You would put up the other 25, and for a quarter of the money, you would get half the profits.
Half? You mean as in 50%?
Yes.
Well, I certainly am your man, Mr. Turner. However, I don't know where I could get $25,000.
Oh, I understand that. Oh, yes, that happens quite frequently. But you are the head of the town council, and as the treasurer also, I'm sure you could find some way of raising that kind of money.
Mr. Turner, are you implying that I take treasury funds?
I wouldn't dream of implying any such thing.
However, I may just float a small loan. You see, and that way I could pay it back at the usual high rate of interest, 2%.
Well, what could be fairer than that? Do we have a deal?
Oh, do we ever have a deal, Mr. Turner? Do you mind a personal question? I have heard of warts and moles. But what do you call those?
Horns, you pilfering pipsqueak. You've just made a deal with Lucifer.
Lucifer who?
Lucifer.
You mean like, who the devil, you say? Oh, Captain, please don't let him take me. No, not down there. My skin is too tender where I burn under a reading lamp.
I've always been a generous, flexible man, Captain. Maybe we could alter the terms of the deal.
Please, Captain, let's do that. I prefer a more temperate climate. They say Bermuda is lovely.
You've always been a gambling man, Captain. How about one last fling with me? Unless, of course, you're scared.
Scared of the likes of you? An overcooked messenger boy?
Fine, and I'll arrange a trial. If you can persuade the judges of Claymore's innocence, he'll go free.
And if not?
You both take the elevator to the basement, double or nothing.
Oh, Captain, please help me, save me.
Do you promise never to cheat Mrs. Muir again?
Never.
Never?
Hardly ever.
I'm afraid that isn't good enough. You still haven't learned your lesson. Proceed, Mr. Turner.
Please help me.
Tell my friend the furnaces are stoked and ready for a trial. And now, as to the judges. Yes, Chief. Right, Chief. Those are just the judges I had in mind. You'll find that these judges will command your admiration, Greg. Blackbeard, the pirate.
Turner, I haven't seen you in a landlubber's lifetime. Who are we skewering today?
Jesse J.
Why waste time with a trial, Turner? We got a judge and jury right here.
The Emperor Muir.
Let us throw this human flotsam to the lions and get it over with, Turner.
Mr. Turner, I don't suppose I could challenge these judges, could I?
No!
I didn't think so.
This illustrious court is now in session. Honored sirs, the defendant before you today is an ignoble, deceitful, avaricious rogue by the name of Claymore Gregg.
I object, and I may be wrong, but isn't that remark prejudicial to me?
Overruled. I have a city in flames waiting for me to return to, and a much bigger one than Rome, I might add. Proceed, Turner.
This penny pinching, this money-grubbing scoundrel, with malice aforethought, planned to pillage his village treasury in order to enter into a partnership with me. Oh, thank you, Chief. I appreciate the compliment.
Don't need no judges to decide this case. All you need's a rope and a tree.
I reckon.
Shall we make it unanimous and condemn him? Yeah!
No, wait! Captain! Captain, please save me. I beg of you.
Do you promise never to cheat Mrs. Muir again?
I swear, see? Scout's honor.
I said never.
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 Never, never, never. Look, see?
Well, Turner, I'll defend this man.
Double or nothing?
Double or nothing.
Proceed. Gentlemen, it's our duty to listen to his plea with an open mind and without prejudice. And then we'll condemn his client.
All right, sirs.
Knock him dead.
I am shocked and appalled that men of your stature, who have achieved the pinnacle of greed and corruption, should deign to consider associating with an insignificant petty conniver such as this man. Why, he's not worthy of your company down below. He would be a mere pygmy among you giants of evil. Why, look at this pitiful sight. Look at the weak chin, the watery eyes. Is this the face of a true villain?
No.
And what makes it even more unthinkable that he join you is that this second-rate scoundrel even has a few good points. Why, he's actually done a few decent things in his lifetime.
Oh. You ain't just saying that, stranger.
I even have a character witness on his behalf. I call to the stand Mrs. Caroline Muir.
Never had a woman aboard any ship of mine, but in her case, I'd make an exception.
So would I.
You may proceed, Mrs. Muir.
Do I know Claymore Gregg? Let me count the ways. I know him as a boy, innocently rolling his hoop along life's highway. I know him as a trusting youth, the way you all were once, the way your mothers dreamed you'd be, loving, striving to reach those golden stairs. I beseech you, sirs, have pity, be your brother's keeper, and save this poor lost soul.
My mother used to talk to me that way. Maybe I should have listened.
I wish my brother Frank was around to hear this.
If I had have listened to my mother, I never would have taken up the fiddle. She wanted me to be a doctor.
She's getting away from the subject. I object.
Overruled. Go ahead, Missy, ma'am.
Look into your good heart, sweet sirs. Remember that virtue is its own reward, and goodness overcomes evil. And goodness is virtue, and evil is no reward. But goodness is a reward, and badness is no virtue. If badness were a goodness, there'd be no virtue in reward.
What did she say?
Who cares? It was beautiful, beautiful.
Gentlemen, this is just a woman babbling. I don't care if she is wearing a white dress. You know how women are. Why, if they ran the world, we'd all be in big trouble.
You button your ear up, Turner. We want to listen to the lady.
Yes, she makes me ashamed.
If I had a witness like that, I'd demand a new trial.
Oh, so would I.
Me
I
too.
would.
So would I.
Yes, I heard you, Big D. I'm calling off the trial. You know, I'd rather lose 2 troublesome earthlings than 3 of our prize citizens. Why, they'd want a new trial, and then everybody would want a new trial. Pretty soon, Hades would be a ghost town. And may our paths never cross again, for goodness sakes.
I'm saved. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Muir. Oh, and thank you, Captain. I am saved. I'm 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 saved. Oh, goodness, what a terrible dream. Oh, coming. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness you're still here. Coming.
How do you do, sir? I represent the All-City Fire Insurance Company.
Are the children late in getting home from school, Mrs. Muir?
We're staying for the dress rehearsal.
Oh, that's right. It's taken me all year to recover from last year's play. I bet they look cute in those costumes you made for them.
I'll get it. Claymore.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Muir. I am happy to present you with your new lease. As you can see, no fly specks, no gimmicks, no hidden clauses, and above all, no fun. All for the same rent as last year.
Very good. What brought on this change of heart?
Mrs. Muir, I have made a New Year's resolution to be a new man. Generous to a fault.
Oh, good. The front gate needs fixing.
The gate? Oh, Mrs. Muir, while the gate is on the property, it is not part of the house. Naturally, the tenant will pay for that. You want the gate fixed? It's fixed. You want a bird bath on the front lawn? I'll give it you anything you want, Mrs. Muir. Only please don't let them get me.
Claymore, that's just the children.
I know, but from now on, I'm not taking any chances.